New undie legs, the pantyhose and panty in one. Fits and feels like your own panties. No panty lines.
New undie legs feel so secure.
With a cotton-lined panel.
The panty stays put.
Now, premium unleaded gasoline. New SO Extra Premium Unleaded for high-octane performance.
They said it can reduce or even get rid of knock. Let me tell you, it works.
It doesn't run on when I turn the key off. Way to go, SO.
New SO Extra Premium Unleaded.
CBC Toronto, Channel 5, Cable 6.
Programs normally seen tonight have been postponed or rescheduled so that we may present the following CBC Sports Special. These programs will return next Friday night.
Live on CBC, Hockey Night in Canada, brought to you by Ford of Canada, on behalf of Ford and Mercury dealers from coast to coast. Ahead and participating retailers and record companies in Canada. The Bank of Nova Scotia, with nearly 1,000 branches across Canada to serve you. Molson's, brewers of Molson Canadian Lager Beer.
Find yourself in People's City. Stay a while if you can, with folks who will be tomorrow's faces, kicking the traces, showing you places in Toronto. That's People's City, where love takes hold, makes old dreams happen.
Live from Maple Leaf Gardens, it's the third game of the quarterfinals, with the New York Islanders leading the Toronto Maple Leafs 2-0. Emerging as a playoff sharpshooter as he did in the regular season, Mike Bossy scored the overtime winner in Game 2. The first star of that game was the Islanders' Director of Defense, Dennis Potvin. And the Iron Man at the Maple Leaf blue line, playing 45 minutes plus in Game 2, Borja Salming. We have showdown for you tonight. It's the second game of the Total Goals final in mini hockey. The competing teams are captained by the goaltenders, Rogie Vachon of Los Angeles, Wayne Stevenson of Philadelphia. Bill Hewitt has play-by-play commentary with Brian McFarland in the booth tonight. Howie Meeker analyzes our game, and Bob Golden will provide highlights of the Montreal at Detroit contest. Good evening, everyone. I'm Dave Hodge. Game number 2 ended in overtime on Bossy's winner, a somewhat controversial goal. The Leafs first thought a whistle should have blown because the puck was out of sight. Referee Andy Van Hellemond said no. Leafs later felt Brian Trottier directed the puck ahead with his glove. He did, but we will show you here that the goal was indeed legal. This is how you saw it in regular motion, with Potvin's shot starting the play. Trottier and Bossy both taking whacks at it. Trottier goes down. The puck goes ahead. Now Bossy puts it in as he falls under Dan Maloney's check. So 2 questions. Was the puck out of sight? Was it directed ahead from Trottier to Bossy? This angle shows it to us in a better light. Trottier gets his whack at it. Bossy doesn't make it. Now Trottier with the glove ahead but off Mike Palmateer's pad to Bossy's stick. That makes it legal. And the puck does not leave the sight of our camera, nor obviously of referee Andy Van Hellemond. At ice level, Palmateer the original save, another save, a third one on Mike Bossy. Now Trottier goes down. Here's the puck coming ahead, propelled by Trottier's glove, hitting Palmateer's pad and then Bossy's stick. So it's in, and Van Hellemond sees it all the way. Mike Bossy with a goal and an assist in game number 1 with that big winner in game 2. The Leafs will continue to hit tonight. The Islanders are happy with their performance at home. The Leafs must improve theirs at home to get back in the series. They'd like to go back to New York all even. We'll return with our Stanley Cup playoff coverage, the opening face-off.
The Magic Organ, a special album of 25 all-time favorites. This 25 all-time favorites album is in the stores now. Album $6.99, tape $7.99. The Magic Organ.
Now, Hitachi brings out its biggest gun for the new 26-inch Luminar 1 color console. Luminar 1, the system that gives you full beam color. Full beams that leave no gaps like conventional systems, but put all the color on the screen. Look at the elegant wood cabinet. It's 5 inches slimmer, thanks to our new 110-degree picture tube. The 26-inch Luminar 1, new from Hitachi.
It's game 3 of the quarterfinal series between the New York Islanders and the Toronto Maple Leafs, live from Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto. And if home ice means anything, and it usually does, home teams have won 13 of the 17 games played so far in the series. And again, we look forward to a matchup between the two ace centers in the league. Brian Trottier of the Islanders, second in the scoring race this year with 123 points. There he is in the warm-up, number 19. And his opponent at center ice, Darryl Sittler, the Leaf captain who finished third in league scoring with 117 points. He saw a lot of ice time in the first 2 games in this series on Long Island, and no doubt he'll be out there often for Roger Nielsen tonight, along with McDonald, Turnbull, and Salming. So the Leafs gather around Mike Palmateer at one end. Glenn Rush takes his place for the Islanders at the other end of the rink. And here's a look at the action from a far corner of Maple Leaf Gardens as we pause now for our national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.
Reigns supreme here at Maple Leaf Gardens as the referee Brian Lewis, Leon Stickle, and Ray Scapanello are our officials for tonight's game. And there they are at center ice. And we're having a look at Glenn Resch of the New York Islanders. And what an average, 1.46. And down at the other end, his opponent, number 29, Mike Palmateer. And we're all set to start the face-off as somebody threw a rubber chicken out on the ice. That should start something. That'll put the players in the mood. As we're all set to go now, Darryl Sittler at center with Lanny McDonald on the right wing. Dan Maloney on the left side. Gloria Salming and Brian Glennie. Trottier, Nystrom, and Gillies for the Islanders, along with Dave Lewis and Dennis Buttfan. All ready to start this first period. Third game, and from the faceoff, it's Glennie over for Borja Salming, a backhand into the corner. Maloney's after it, he shot it right in front of the net. It goes around from Dennis Buttfan, who was directed with a glove, and referee Brian Lewis. Brian was right on the spot.
Canada's Prime Minister in the audience tonight, Pierre Elliott Trudeau, in Toronto for a couple of days and hopefully enjoying the early action here at Maple Leaf Gardens.
Now out on the forward line was number 15 for the Islanders, Bill Harris. Trottier remains out there, so does Gillies, Lewis, and Potvin. And now we have Harris playing on the right side against Lanny McDonald. Ready to go for this face-off. The linesman looks around. Sittler wins the draw. Glennie the shot. It's knocked down. And the Islanders come up with it. Played by Harris right on the Glennie stick. Glennie took a shot wide. Along the board. Sittler trying to get it out in front. And he handed it to Gillies. Gillies to Harris. And there's going to be a penalty here as Sittler is knocked down from behind. The penalty being handed out, and it's going to Daryl Sittler, who was knocked down.
Sittler took 100 penalty minutes in the regular season, and he's been a tough customer in this series, throwing his weight around
Toronto
every time.
penalty to number 27, Daryl Sittler.
Comes on the scene.
2 minutes for roughing. Time 29 seconds. Daryl Sittler for roughing.
Roughing
Time,
to
29
Sittler at
seconds.
29 seconds of the first period.
Now the power play is Ryan Trottier, Gillies, and number 22, Mike Bossy. Also out there is Stephen Pearson and also Dennis Potvin. Goes over to Bossy for Pearson. Pearson shot it ahead over the line for Potvin, and it was loose, and Butler shoots it down the ice. Going back for it is Pearson, number 7. Back of the net. Now he starts out. Up with Bossy's in front of him. Now he closes over the red line and shoots the puck in. Palmatier knocked it to the boards. Trottier centered it right on to Jimmy Butler's stick, and he shot it down the ice. Well, there's 1 minute and 21 seconds remaining in Daryl Sittler's penalty for roughing at just 29 seconds of this first period. Now Pearson coming up over the blue line to center. Shot it over on the left wing for Trottier. He missed the body check from Butler, who went into the boards rather heavily. Comes back to Potvin. Around into the corner to Trottier. Trottier gets it back to Dennis Potvin. Potvin to Pearson. Pearson gets it over. Trottier trying to center it, and Jimmy Jones drove it to the blue line, but not out. And Dennis Potvin is checked by Jerry Butler. And it's out at center. Over the line it comes again for Bossy, and he goes after it. They take him to the boards. Boria Salming knocked it behind the net. Palmatier came out of his goal. Puck is cleared to the blue line, but it went over, so we'll have a face-off. Gillies and Glennie.
Gillies would like to get at Glennie because Glennie really rocked him, and now Butler and Gillies, they tangled with some stiff body checks on Wednesday night, and now they go at it with Gillies scoring with a lot of right-hand punches against Jerry Butler. Gillies with a tremendous weight advantage over the lead player Butler. Butler getting up slowly. This all started when Glennie hit Gillies to begin it.
Now Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto. This is Stanley Cup 78.
Evinrude has all kinds of power to get you where you're going in a hurry. Whether you're in a hurry to catch your supper or even in a hurry to catch something else, Evinrude gives you 17 ways to go from 2 to 235 horses. Because some things in life are worth hurrying for, Evinrude gives you all kinds of power.
For Toronto, Jerry Butler, 5 minutes fighting. Time 2:05.
Well, you could see on your screen where Glennie initially started this by taking Gillies out of the play. Gillies bumps him a bit. Glennie doesn't want any part of this. He's willing to let it go there. and possibly let Gillies take a penalty, but Gillies sees Butler on the scene and throws a punch at him, and the two of them go with 5-minute majors for fighting. 2:05 the time.
And there's 24 seconds left in Darryl Sittler's penalty. Al Arbor back of the bench, looking on. Out of action in this first couple of minutes. Palmetier shot the puck out to center ice. Here comes Potvin again. Puck goes into the corner. Ferguson failing to get it out. Borja Salming is covered by Potvin. They go to the boards, and it's held there for a face-off. 9 seconds left in the penalty to Sittler. No score in the game. First period.
Mike Palmetier, coming under pressure early, has registered the only shutout of the 78 playoffs, 4-0 over Los Angeles, and the Islanders have to be worried about the Leafs' tremendous penalty killing record. They're the best in the playoffs. They have only 1 goal against by Clark Gillies, who's in the box right now, and that was during 19 times short.
Puck goes to Ian Turnbull, who goes in back of the net into the corner. Backhand pass to the blue line and out. Potvin shot it back, and that's offside. With 2 seconds left, and they face off outside the Leaf blue line. The Leaf players wanted the face-off to go all the way down to the other end on an intentional offside, ruled not so by the linesman.
Darryl Sittler standing up in the box now. 2 seconds left in his minor for roughing.
Number 11, Wayne Merrick, going to center ice. Harris on the right wing. And number 8, Gary Howitt, playing on the left side. Jerry Hart, number 2, as Sittler comes back on the ice. Bert Marshall is number 6. The puck is shot outside again, and this time they're going to take it down. All the way down, intentional offside. Sittler with Lanny McDonald and Maloney. Now they're Sittler's going to remain out there with Jimmy Jones. Now then, Sittler leaves, and we have Jimmy Jones at center, Pat Boutette and Williams on the wings, Turnbull and Johansson, the 2 defensemen. There's Sittler standing up. All set to go. Number 11, Wayne Merrick of the Islanders against Jimmy Jones, and they're waved out. Teams are at full strength. Leafs again killing a penalty right off the bat to their captain at 29 seconds. Pat Boutette into the corner, pokes the puck along the boards. Williams lost his stick, goes after Jerry Hart, gives him a poke, and the puck goes out to center ice. One ran into Hart again and then shot the puck back into Islander territory. Williams running into Hart, is cleared out and down the ice, and Jimmy Jones to Trevor Johansson, to Ian Turnbull. Turnbull turns at his own blue line, over onto the right side. Gets by Howard. Gets his shot, another one in front. Oh, and that one just drove by the open corner. Williams and Hart having a private duel of their own. Williams takes his man into the boards. The puck is loose. Hart shoved at Jones. And Bert Marshall has it now for the Islanders, number 6. Over it goes to Jerry Hart, up to the blue line for Gary Howitt. Too far for Harris. It's behind the net, and it's icing called against the New York Islanders. Tonight's Stanley Cup playoff game is coming to you from Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto.
The cat is elegant. The cat is aloof. And now, the cat comes alive with excitement for 78. Mercury Cougar XR7. Elegantly sculptured, deeply cushioned and padded in glove-soft vinyls. XR7 excitement prowls on steel-belted radials through a whole line of Cougar running mates, alive with XR7 excitement.
Isn't this your year to join the cat set?
At the sign of the cat.
Sittler, Maloney, and Lanny McDonald. Maloney went down in the face-off circle. Bossy hit by Sittler, knocked down. Comes over for Trottier. He and Lanny McDonald bump together. Here's Potvin getting a chance. A pass over to Bossy, a shot, and Palmetier stopped that. Some terrific body checks have been handed out, and they've all been clean. Dave Lewis, a pass for Potvin, who is bumped by Maloney. And against the boards. Puck, Sittler takes his man out. Trottier after with his skates, and they hold it there for a faceoff.
There's a bruising shift with Sittler's line matched against Trottier's. McDonald and Trottier collided. Watch this hit. They saw each other coming. They both went backwards and down to the ice. Trottier and McDonald. Moments later, Bossy had a great scoring opportunity, but Palmetier came up with a big save. Snap it home, Lanny, number 7 from Shelley Less and Chico, but that's not Chico Resch.
Trottier with Howard, and of course Bossy, number 22. And it's Potvin, and Dave Lewis comes back to Potvin. Potvin shoots it in behind the net. Cleared loose to Borja Salming, up to Danny Maloney. Ahead to Sittler. Sittler up at center. Darryl Sittler shot it over the line, ran into Dennis Potvin, and it's picked up by Lewis. Up to Trottier at center. A long shot. Palmetier had no trouble with that. It gets it ahead to Maloney. Islanders changing on the go. A long shot by Sittler was knocked down by the defense, and it's Dennis Potvin, his own blue line. His pass for Nystrom goes down over the red line. Touched by Glennie. Icing is the call.
Brian Glennie wearing the protective padding around the neck. The overtime goal by rookie Mike Bossy Wednesday night against the Leafs was Toronto's 4th straight overtime loss in the playoffs, and the 7th in 9 overtime games the Leafs have lost since 1968. A look from behind the Islander bench. Al Arbor, the coach.
Stan Weir now at center with Williams and Lanny McDonald. Ian Turnbull, Trevor Johansson. The Islanders win the draw. Back of the net there's Bob Bourne. And Jerry Hart. Up at center over the line, and Johansson picks it off. Trevor Johansson with a pass for Williams. He didn't see it. Knocked back to Stan Weir. Weir turns at center ice. He shoots it, and in doing so, shot it over the glass into the sheets.
Another famous face in the crowd, Al Eagleson.
Lanny McDonald and Jerry Hart starting to fence. Now, whether they picked up high-sticking penalties, I believe they're going to get them. Lanny McDonald is going to get a high-sticking penalty, and so is Hart. This is Stanley Cup 78 from Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto.
I think I'm going to leave this on. What do you think? Joyce would kill you. Every year I take it out before we go home. But here... You keep rubbing it, you're going to wear it off. Come on, give it time, eh? That's not so bad. No.
It's been the same deal for years. Clean up the cottage, share a little Molson Export, grow another beer.
Guys, just quit hassling me. Hand me a beer, will you? It's in the cabin.
Molson Export Ale. It keeps on tasting great.
So we have the matching minors here. McDonald for high sticking, Hart for high sticking at 5:15.
Well, we have 14:45 and counting now, remaining in the first period. No score in the game. Borja Salming to Ian Turnbull. Turnbull into the corner, trying to send it out in front. It went behind the net, into the corner. He's after it. Comes back to Borja Salming. Salming gets it into Turnbull. A shot right on. Ellis trying to get the rebound. Islanders trying to get it out. Sittler keeps it in with a shot. Oh, a beautiful save that one was by Glenn Resch. Stuck his hand out. Made a beautiful save on Darryl Sittler's high shot.
Resch leading all the goaltenders, allowing only 3 goals in Stanley Cup play, and Turnbull in a daring move. Made a couple of fine plays. Just before this shot from Sittler was gloved by Glenn Resch. Resch checks the padding.
Sittler, Maloney, Turnbull and Salming. Oria Salming grabbed by Bill Harris. Puck comes back to Turnbull, over for Ron Ellis for Sittler. Cleared out to center ice. Oria Salming's back there. He heads it up to Sittler. Turns and starts heading toward the Islander line. A pass from Maloney. Just failed to collect. Knocked out to center ice. Ian Turnbull. And he didn't wait long enough, and Maloney went over the blue line in advance of Turnbull.
Crowd got a little upset when Turnbull went in behind the Islander goal a moment or two ago, Bill. The crowd trying to help Brian Lewis officiate this game felt that he was held in there, or interfered with. They're getting down on the official early tonight. Turnbull leading scorer in the playoffs.
Certainly a lot of excitement being generated in the Maple Leaf Gardens tonight.
Oh, they're up for this one after what happened the other night on the island.
Underway, Maloney shoots the puck. Back of the net. Resch having a little bit of difficulty. Then Dennis Potvin gets it. Number 5. He waits for Bill Bourne. Bourne passes over onto the left wing. Coming down the ice. Over the line. The shot is off the boards. And it goes to Gloria Salming. It's brought up by Salming up to center. Sittler goes to Salming, and that was behind him. Now it's taken by Maloney. Maloney gets it over the line, gets his shot. It's wide of the net.
We've got 13-12 to play in this first period. No score yet.
Nystrom, number 23, is being replaced by Brian Trottier, coming out at center again. Bossy on the right wing. He and Williams bumped together. All set to go with 13-12 remaining in the first period. No score in the game as it goes from Jimmy Jones to Glennie, then downwind Williams. It's at the side of the net. Number 25, Dave Lewis, getting it on the left side, but not out. Williams going after it. Potvin gets it over to Lewis again. Lewis up to Trottier. Trottier at center, and he's checked, and Williams has it, but has to go all the way back to get control. He left it back of the net. Back on the ice are Hart and Lanny McDonald. Teams at full strength. No score. First period. Brian Glennie, number 24, with a drive. That's high. Look out, that went up into the crowd.
Scramble for it right in front of the Leaf executive box. Mr. Clancy will probably shake the recipient's hand if he gets an opportunity. Remember what Clancy said the other night, Bill. He said, we get them back in Maple Leaf Gardens and you're guaranteed 2 victories.
Trottier, number 19, at center with Gillies on the left wing and Bossy on the right. Goes back to Dennis Potvin. Potvin takes a look. He hit Trottier with it, but Trottier then recovers. Trottier goes all the way behind the net. A long pass for Bossy was covered, and Boria Salming shoots it right back over the line. Dennis Potvin goes behind the Islander net. Shot it up. Gillies was going the wrong way, but he tapped it out to center ice. The Leafs have it again, drive it right back in off the boards. It bounces to Resch, and he left it there for Lewis. Lewis of the Islanders. A pass over on the left wing. Coming up to center ice, Trottier. Trottier to the Leaf line, and he was stopped by Brian Glennie. Glennie back to Salming at the blue line, up at the red line at center. Over the blue line. And that shot goes into the corner. Taken by Williams, and he's squeezed out. Up to Clark Gillies, number 9. Over here to Bossy. He's over the line. Fakes one shot, still has it. Oh, a Palmetier stopped that, and it stopped the rebound. Harry Butler coming back at center, number 17. And he shoots the puck in around behind the net. Gary Hart, number 2, and he seems to be the target of Tiger Williams and vice versa. Comes out Trapped by Bossy to Potvin. Potvin is gone back to Jerry Hart to Dennis Potvin. No score, first period. Up the ice. And number 14, Bob Bourne, was really hit hard. Puck goes down the ice. After it is Stan Weir. He's behind the net. Settled right in front, and it comes back to the blue line. Turnbull kept it in. Goes behind the net again. Hart is hit. Out in front it comes. Ellis couldn't reach it. And back come the Islanders. Nystrom. Into the corner. Pat Boutet had him covered. Bob Bourne trying to center it. And they get a whistle and a face-off. With the score, Toronto nothing and the New York Islanders nothing. This is Stanley Cup 78.
Introducing the patented Mark collar from Arrow. Revolutionary, and that's fact. It's the first collar ever shaped to fit the human neck. Until now, men's collars have been cut like a tube. The Mark's ingenious shaping is like a cone. Result, a comfort like you've never experienced before. A new, crisp look with the neckband out of sight. The patented Mark collar. Only by Arrow.
Leafs showing some excellent two-way hockey in the early play here at the Gardens. There's Boutet slamming Nystrom into the glass. Nystrom scored a picture goal against the Leafs the other night.
On the face-off, Johansson to Ian Turnbull. Turnbull starting out now. His pass on the right wing to Lenny McDonald to Darryl Sittler. Intercepted and shot back in by the Islanders. That's Bob Bourne, number 14, standing in front of the net as it's cleared by Johansson to Turnbull. A long pass for Lenny McDonald. Too far. Jerry Hart going after it. And he touches it, and that is icing.
Again, we look at Darryl Sittler. 2 years ago, he tied the record with 5 goals and 1 assist in a playoff game. His career playoff scoring average, 106 points per game.
And there you see the clock and the time remaining. 9 minutes and 59 seconds of the first period remaining. All set to go. The puck goes to Trevor Johansson. Trevor Johansson, number 4 at his own blue line to center to and Maloney got it over the line, and Jerry Hart gives it to Harris, back to Hart. Hart into the corner. Pearson tried to get it up on the wing, and out come the Islanders. Wayne Merrick gets it over on the wing to Howitt. Howitt missed a check from Johansson. Lenny McDonald took him into the boards. The puck goes along the boards. Trevor Johansson can't get control, so he holds it there, but another Brunton incident of real hard hitting along the boards.
Well, one thing about Gary Howitt, he's used to the rough play. He likes this kind of hockey, but Lanny McDonald took him in solidly there. Howitt with 105 penalty minutes.
Out comes Dennis Potvin and Dave Lewis again. Ferguson for the Leafs. And Jack Valaket gets his first assignment. So it's Ferguson at center with Valaket on the left wing, Ron Ellis on the right side, Glennie and Boria Salming, the 2 defensemen, as we line up. Dave Lewis and Dennis Potvin, defense core for the New York Islanders. And Lewis is playing quite a ways in for a defenseman on this face-off. It goes to the far boards and is brought up by Boria Salming. His pass for Ron Ellis was behind him. It's touched by Dennis Potvin. He went down heavily, but it was icing, I believe, called as Potvin touched the puck before a Leaf player could.
Potvin also likes this rough brand of hockey. Says it stirs him up, gets him going in a hockey game. 9:16 to play. In the crowd, baseball star Bob Baylor at ringside, and next to him, I believe, is Al Eagleson's daughter, Jill, his daughter Jill. Boy, wouldn't a lot of girls like to be in company of Bob Baylor?
Darryl Sittler, Van Maloney, and Lanny McDonald back out. Bob Bourne, number 14, along with number 21, Mike Kazicki, and Nystrom. Boria Salming with the puck, a back pass to Darryl Sittler. Sittler then to Lanny McDonald over his stick. Maloney gets the puck, tried to go through, is knocked down. Lanny McDonald a drive. And Kazicki comes up with the puck, number 21, ahead to Bourne. Bourne tried to go over the line, and it's taken by Maloney again. Maloney for Darryl Sittler. Sittler up for Lanny McDonald. Sittler has it again. Sittler now crosses the Islander line with Lanny McDonald. A shot. Fired wide. Maloney gets it into Lanny McDonald. Lanny McDonald coming out in front. There's the shot, and it rounds wide of the corner. Leafs all around the Islander net, but they can't get it on. Bob Bourne into the corner. Islanders have it. Clearing pass up to Dennis Potvin, number 5 at center. Over the line. He breaks through, but offside was number 11, Wayne Merrick.
Pretty neat move by Dennis Potvin after Lanny McDonald almost dribbled one past Glenn Resch. If McDonald had scored on all the great opportunities he's had in this series, he'd have 7 or 8 goals by now. He's just off the corner. Here's that move by Potvin, sifting right through, but Merrick was, you could see, was just in a stride or two offside.
We have 8 minutes and 23 seconds remaining to play in the first period, and there's no score. Jimmy Jones with Tiger Williams and Jerry Butler. Trache, Bossy, and Gillies. Back it comes. It's cleared by Marshall. That ends up off the glass behind the net. Plenty around on the boards. Jerry Butler lets it go, and it rolls out to center. Stephen Pearson getting it on the left side. It's cleared over to Bossy, who shot the puck into the corner, and it's Boria Salming. Up to Williams, gets it ahead to Jones. So Butler fakes the shot, gets his shot away, caught by Resch, and that's where play will end.
Bill Tiger Williams has lots of confidence coming back to Maple Leaf Gardens, and I asked him before the game, should the Islanders be up 2 games in the series?
No way. I feel the first game we'll give them a Cinderella win because we made a few mistakes, but in the second game, there's no way they should be up with chances to score and the amount of hitting we've did and they've did. It's clearly shown in all our minds that we should be ahead or at least tied with them, and they'll never win in this building.
Well, you heard it from the mouth of the Tiger. They'll never win in this building.
Well, there's no score in this first period. As we get set to go, the Leafs win the draw. Boria Salming takes the screenshot and it's skate. Loose. Jones knocked it back out over the blue line. Gillies goes after. He's got a hold of Boria Salming. There's going to be a penalty there to Gillies. Trache ran into Jones. Williams went after Trache. This Stanley Cup playoff game is coming to you from Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto.
This man is about to make his morning pot of fresh drip coffee before he goes to bed. He adds his favorite coffee, puts in enough water for 2 cups to 10, and then sets the built-in timer to start his coffee 8 hours later.
Night, dear. Night, Ramona. Good morning.
The Brew Starter from Canadian General Electric. A new idea that coffee lovers are waking up to.
Clark Gillies of the Islanders picks up a holding penalty at 12:21 of the first period. It's scoreless at the Gardens, and we might point out that the team scoring the first goal of the game has won 12 of the 17 playoff games so far. Gillies, number 9, is called here for holding 2 Leafs and Gillies in against the boards.
With their first opportunity at a power play, and it's Sittler, Lanny McDonald, Maloney, Salming, and Turnbull. Sittler gets the draw to Salming, over to Turnbull, the shot, that carried him into the corner. Lanny McDonald with it. Lanny McDonald gets it back to Turnbull. Turnbull shot it for Sittler, and it just couldn't get to it, just got deflected away from him. Sittler then to Salming, takes his shot, Resch stopped that. Sittler right in front to Lenny McDonald, and he blasted one, and it hit a stick, and went way up into the crowd.
Well, you see what we mean, Bill, about the opportunities McDonald's had in the games played so far. Look at the look of frustration on his face. He's had some tremendous chances, and just bad luck, a stick, whatever gets in his way in this case. And here's the replay. Let's watch it. Just can't believe he missed that one.
Minutes and 16 seconds remaining to play in the first period. 1:37 in the penalty as Turnbull gets it over to Salming, over the blue line. Shot it around behind the net. Resch stopped it there, flipped it. Lanny McDonald, then to Sittler. Sittler again gets it back to Boreas Salming. Over here comes to Turnbull. Turnbull trying to get it to Sittler, and he missed it. And Harris shoots it out to center ice. Turnbull intercepts to Boreas Salming. Boreas Salming trying to get away from it and gets it over to Sittler. He's over the line. Sittler tried to pass. Maloney just couldn't reach it. Lanny McDonald, after the puck along the boards, gets it to Darryl Sittler. Lanny McDonald standing in front. Maloney takes his shot and he fired it 5 feet wide. Boreas Salming, Sittler. And it's clear but not out. Salming has it again. Into Sittler. Right in front to Lanny McDonald, and that was stopped on a brilliant play by Dennis Potvin. Goes down the ice. 38 seconds left in the penalty. 6:16 to go, first period. Up the ice for Turnbull. Over to Boreas Salming. Too far. Picked off by Trottier. Over the line offside to number 10, Lorne Henning.
Henning and Harris, the key penalty killers, with Westfall out of the lineup. He may be back Sunday. Darryl Sittler scored 6 points in one playoff game. We mentioned that earlier, and the date was April 22nd, 1977. Dennis Potvin coming up with a key block during the man advantage for the Leafs.
Stan Weir at center now with Ellis and Williams on the wings. Ryan Glennie and Ian Turnbull. On the faceoff, Williams gets it over to Turnbull, back to Brian Glennie. Glennie back to Turnbull. Watched by Henning, who chopped it away from him and right back into Leaf territory, and Glennie has to go back for it. Glennie back of the net, 15 seconds left in the penalty. Williams starting out with a pass to Glennie. Up to Williams. He crosses the red line, drives the puck in. Dan Weir to Ron Ellis, to Ian Turnbull, back out as Gillies. Here's a chance for the Leafs as Ron Ellis missed it. It's down underneath Marshall, and he holds it long enough for a faceoff. Islanders back at full strength.
Bert Marshall certainly glad to find a home on Long Island. He started out with Detroit, then spent some years with the California Seals, then traded to the Rangers and right on to the Islanders. There's our friend from Philadelphia, Dave Leonardo, the sign man. Have to ask him who he's rooting for tonight.
Look at the Leaf bench. Players all certainly tuned into this one. 5 minutes and 32 seconds remaining to play in the first period. No score in the game. Both teams have had a power play advantage. Now here's Williams with the puck. Goes into the corner. He's still got it. Trying to get it back to Boreas Salming, and it's out to center right. Hutchins covered. Jimmy Jones gives it to Williams. He's over the line again. A shot. And he hit Marshall. Williams gets it again. Goes behind the net. Tried to put it in from the side. And Resch just got his skate on it at the last second.
Williams moved right in to see where that puck stopped. He tried to jam it past the goal pad of Glenn Resch from behind the net. Here's the move by Williams. Pretty good play, actually, but Resch wasn't giving up an inch with the leg spread against the post. Still, it worried him. All
set to go. Butler is in the face-off circle. They'll do it again. Ryan Trottier, number 19, facing off against Jones. Islanders come up with it. Jerry Hart around on the glass. Nystrom chopped it. Williams kept it in. Knocked down by Jerry Butler, lost it. Pearson gets it up to Bob Bourne. He's over the line. Bourne is spun around by Boreas Salming. Play goes right on. It comes over here to Williams. Williams, stick handling to the blue line, over and knocks it into the corner. Bourne had him tied up. The puck is cleared, but not out. Goes back, and Stephen Pearson gets it over on the wing. But to Bourne. Bourne's pass stopped at the blue line. Then Nystrom and Williams bump together. Goes around, comes up to Ron Ellis, who just jumped over the boards. A pass for Jones. He was covered by Gary Howitt. Now it's picked up by Jones again. Jones and Boutet over the line together. Butler just left the ice as Ellis and Boutet, and then Boutet is singled out after he ran into Dave Lewis, and Boutet's going to get a penalty. Live from Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto, the Stanley Cup playoffs.
Hey there with that booming shot.
Roll with us.
Hey there making that big stop. Roll with us.
Scotiabank Hockey College, where kids get playing tips and news from the experts and learn the good things about saving right now. No membership fee. Just open a high-interest Scotiabank Hockey College savings account. Hockey College, only at Scotiabank.
Come to Scotiabank and grow with us. Grow with us. Grow with us. Grow with us.
Pat Boutet in along the boards fighting for the puck, takes a roughing penalty at 15:52. 7 penalties in the first period so far. 4 to the Leafs, 3 to the Islanders. Here's Boutet in there with Dave Lewis.
And now the Leafs will play shorthanded for the second time. Ferguson, Ellis, Glennie, and Salming. Right on to Bossy. Give it to Gillies. Gillies was dumped, but it was offside at the Leaf blue line.
Bill, the Leafs have been noted for their penalty killing, not only through the regular season, but in the playoffs. And who better to describe it for us than Jerry Butler?
Against the Islanders, have one of the better power plays in the league. Jonesy and myself don't try and do anything different. We really just try and keep them off balance in their end. And then when we get in our end, play a real tight box and hoping our defense can clear all the rebounds. On the power play, you have to watch out for Dennis Potvin, who was a good shot from the point, and Trottier, who's good in the corners, and Gillies, who stands in front real tough, and Mike Bossy with the quick shot.
All right, Jerry Butler of the Leafs. 4 minutes to play. Scoreless here in the first period.
There they go, and it goes back to Boreas Salming. He drives it down the ice. The puck taken by Glenn Resch, leaving it there for Pearson, number 7. He's watched by Ferguson, but brings it up to Bossy. At center, a long shot off the glass, goes behind the net, tunnel to Salming, and Salming whistled it down the ice, and that got down in an awful hurry, and a lot of the Islander players were ducking. It's shot back out to center ice. Brian Glennie has it to Boreas Salming, and Salming has really been very strong. Drives it down the ice again, and it had an awful lot of ice time. Pearson starting to come out for the Islanders. No score in the game. 3:10 remaining. Ferguson intercepted a pass. Shot it back down the ice. Ryan Trottier leaves it for Pearson right in front of his own net. And he hit Dennis Potvin. Ron Ellis stops and shoots it all the way down to Brian Glennie. 45 seconds remaining in the penalty as Boreas Salming does it again. Tries a wicked one down the ice. Pearson back for the Islanders again. Gets it behind the net to Dennis Potvin. He's moving now to center ice. trying to go around Boreas Salming. Butler had stopped it, but it's kept in by Kirsten, who they hand it right back to Jimmy Jones, and he shoots it down the ice. Kazicki to Bossy. Kazicki takes it at center, over the line. Following up was Bourne, and it was shot by Glennie, but not out. Marshall, a shot that hit Jones. Boreas Salming has it. Back out is Boutet. And it's shot down the ice. A race for it. Marshall and Boutet. And it's icing called against the Leafs.
Good penalty killing by the Leafs. Let's go down now to Dave Hodge.
In our first intermission, we'll give you a continuation of the Showdown Mini Hockey Final, Part 2 of the Total Goals Series. We'll have highlights from Howie Meeker and a report from the Montreal-Detroit game, and highlights, too, with Bob Goldman. Last report, it was 1-1 Canadians and Wings after one period.
Thank you, David. Showdown in the first intermission. The Leafs have allowed only one power play goal during the playoffs, and they got a long, sustained round of applause for their penalty killing there. Sunday at 7, Game 4 in the series. The Islanders at the Leafs.
Harris out there with Howitt and Wayne Merrick. Sittler, Lanny McDonald, and Dan Maloney. Turnbull and Joe Hansen. All ready to go now for this important face-off. 2 minutes, 1 second remaining in the first period. We have no score. Sittler won the draw to Johansson. Johansson just flips the puck to center, stopped by Marshall, and Marshall drives it right back in again. Ends up behind the net. Palmatier into the corner for Lanny McDonald. Very hot, kept it in with a shot in front. Maloney went behind the net. Maloney over on his wrong wing, gets the puck up the center. Stopped by Marshall, who was bumped by Darryl Sittler. Shot down the ice. Marshall going back for it. Sittler after him. They go to the boards. Goes back out to center. Joe Hansen then for Maloney and Sittler. Harris. And a pass to Merrick, back to Harris. Harris shoots it in, wide of the net. We have 1 minute and 10 remaining in the first period. No score. Merrick shot the puck back. The Leafs have to go back to get it. Ever Joe Hansen. At his own blue line, up to center. Long shot. Ends up behind the net. Red hooked it by Stan Weir to Harris. Harris's back pass came to the blue line, but not out. Stan Weir for Turnbull. That didn't work. Lanny McDonald to Turnbull. Turnbull turning again. This time to Maloney. Maloney shoots. Oh, hit the goal post. Bounced one off the post. Back down the ice. Zicki gets it back to Howard. A shot. Palmatier stopped that, and the rebound driven into the corner. Goes to Stan Weir to Turnbull. 20 seconds to Lanny McDonald. Lanny McDonald was given a tremendous jolt by Lewis. And there's going to play his call.
That must have hurt. I'm surprised McDonald got up as quickly as he did. Watch this hit again as Lewis heads off McDonald. McDonald tried to slip by. Lewis appeared to get an arm up there and an elbow, and that's what he's been called with. Penalty to Lewis on the play.
New York Islander penalty to number 25, Dave Lewis.
McDonald
2
lucky
minutes
he
for
could skate
elbowing.
away from that one.
Time
Elbowing the call.
1945.
1945. So late in the period, the Islanders take a penalty. Dave Lewis. And moments before that happened, Dan Maloney wrapped one off the goalpost. Seems to me, Bill, the Leafs are going all out here in this first period, trying to get that first goal, trying to knock down every Islander within sight, and then maybe it's like a race where the runner starts out quickly, coasts a little bit in the middle part, and then comes on strongly at the finish. Here's the Maloney shot that went right off the goalpost.
They're working on Lanny McDonald's nose over at the bench, so he caught the elbow right on his sore nose. It is.
Nose was broken a couple of weeks ago, and
he just has
7 stitches, and Lanny's in trouble over there, obviously.
All ready to go. The puck goes to Dennis Potvin. Off the boards it goes and down the ice with 10 seconds remaining. Goes to Gloria Salming. Up it comes. Goes by Annie Maloney. Touched by Glenn Resch with 2 seconds remaining. They go to the boards. Dennis Potvin and Williams as the bell goes to end the first period. So the score at the end of the first period is Toronto nothing, the New York Islanders nothing.
Hold it, it's on my foot.
Okay, lift it up. You put it on your foot.
Cute.
Marty, I bet you're really handy around the house. Will we ever get this thing in? Come on. Okay. Let's get a little muscle into it.
Wait, I got it. This is gonna give me the strength of 3 men here.
Okay, 1, 2. Did you bring any beer down? Yeah, I'm gonna tell you where it is as soon as we get the raft in the water.
Exactly.
Come on. 1, 2, up. Okay, give it a push. Go on in the middle.
First chance every summer, Marty and the boys get the old raft back in the water and treat themselves to a little Molson Export Ale.
We got the beer and you got no paddle. We're going up to the cottage. Stay with the ship. See you, Marty.
Molson Export Ale. It keeps on tasting great.
Introducing 15,000 miles of protection, 15,000 miles between oil changes. In one test, cars with new STP motor oil were run to simulate stop and go and highway driving. After 15,000 miles, each engine was pulled and inspected. The results, clean parts and virtually no wear. Protection for 15,000 miles. New STP motor oil. That's extra protection.
At participating outlets of these stores.
Rugged hockey with goals tough to come by. That's been the story of the series and really described the first period of play here at Maple Leaf Gardens. In Game 3, the Maple Leafs took 9 shots at Chico Resch. The Islanders were held to just 5 at the other end, despite the fact they had a couple of power plays. So the Leafs checking is working, but they do have to put the puck in the net. We have 9 to 5 shots on goal total that we gave you. A 1-1 tie in Detroit. We'll get to highlights later with Bob Goldham on that game. And Howie Meeker will give us highlights of our first period. But right now, let's get to part 2 of the mini hockey final on Showdown 78.
Tonight, Game 2 of our 2-game total goal series between the Fat Cats and the Sweat Hogs on Showdown. And the Fat Cats holding a 2-goal margin as a result of some pretty fine scoring in Game 1, Howie.
Great shot here by Shutt. Picks the top corner. Now, LaPointe to Dion, and it's 2-0. The Sweat Hogs get right back. McDonald to McLeish, and watch this shot along the ice. Now a super move by LaPointe on McDonald, and what a shot, and it's 3-1.
So we move to Game 2 between the Sweat Hogs and the Fat Cats on Showdown 78, brought to you by Canadian Pacific.
The goaltending was just super in the first game, and so was this fella right here, Marcel Dion.
Well, Marcel, to what do you attribute your success so far? Is it clean living, good morale, or what?
Well, I think it's because we have 2 systems. One is defensive hockey, the other one's offensive. Two Eddie Kings and 2 Montreal Canadiens, so...
You gotta be pulling our leg. That goaltending was unbelievable.
Well, he's proved it before, and he's doing well, but Guy Lapointe is there, and we have a little strategy there, and it's paying off so far, but I know they're gonna come back.
Hey, is there any danger you might get overconfident?
You're right, so I'm gonna make sure I'm pulling really hard for the guys on the bench. So I'm just like a coach out there, so I'll direct them to a win.
Let's see what happens now in the big finale.
Brian, the pressure is really on the Sweat Hogs tonight. Gee, $10,000 to the winning team. I'll tell you one thing. That team in white had better get the first goal. And look what they're starting, McLeish and Salming. Good chance they'll get it.
Okay, Marcel, there's the look of the Fat Cat. And we're ready. Away we go. Game 2 underway.
That's away, Gay. That's away, Steve.
Ooh, I don't know. The Fat Cats go into a shell and start running all over like Shutt did just there. Oh, shot wide. McLeish had a chance.
Just missed the corner of the goalpost.
Certainly can't play defensive hockey, and that just looks like what the Fat Cats are doing. They're not attacking the way they did in the first game.
You're right, Howie. They're using the boards a lot here in the early going.
There.
Stay on it. That's it.
Good shift. Oh, what a pass. Oh, the better one.
Oh, Rogie came up big.
Did he ever?
Okay, get out of there.
Using a little more body in this game, too.
Stay on it.
Look at that LaPointe. He's all over the place.
Okay, Steve's open. That's it.
Listen to that Marcel Dion on the sideline. He's trying to talk his team to victory, Howie.
He's acting the role as a coach.
10 seconds, Steve. 10 seconds.
Oh, a little bit of hook there, maybe. 2-on-1. Oh, just shot wide. Brian, the Sweat Hogs are getting the chances.
Oh, they're coming close, but they just can't seem to find the corner of the net.
There's the change. What a move Selming put on LaPointe. But did you see Guy take his feet from under him?
Couldn't get a good shot away.
It's things like that you learn in 20 years in the NHL.
Another close call at the other end.
That's the first good scoring chance the Fat Cats have had.
Keep on him, Beef. Keep on him.
Uh-oh. Trouble.
Oh, Lanny. Boy, he doesn't usually miss from that distance. Oh,
good
right in
stick
front.
Check by Stevenson.
Get out.
How about that? Hey, we got a ball game now. 3-2. Good shot by Salming.
And the Sweat Hogs coming back.
20.
Goal by Salming.
Another chance.
Oh, that could have been it right there.
Could have been tied.
Well, just a few seconds left, about 15 seconds now in the period.
Home free, look at. Oh, LaPointe got there in time.
There's the buzzer. The first period is over. 1 period to go, and the Fat Cats lead it by a score of 3-2. We'll be right back.
You hear a lot of talk these days about the high cost of finding and producing new sources of energy. It's true, of course. Exploration and production of new energy resources require large investments in time and in money. But at Canadian Pacific, we're also working to turn undeveloped sour gas deposits into useful production. We're actively investigating thermal coal reserves, untouched for many years. We're looking at new ways to economically recover oil previously lost from existing wells. Although it's only one of our activities at Canadian Pacific, development of unused energy resources in oil, natural gas, and thermal coal takes a lot of our energies these days.
At Canadian Pacific, we believe what we do is important to you.
Well, Howie, the Sweat Hogs looked mighty sharp in the first period and outshot the Fat Cats 8-3.
Well, Boreal Salming got a goal, but, Brand, I want to show you this move. Look, he takes the puck to his backhand. Now watch him bring it back between his feet, and as he goes to reach for it, LaPointe gets his skate there and takes him off balance. Just great moves by 2 super hockey players.
The teams are ready, and there's the drop of the puck, and the play is underway.
Oh, how about that? He made another one there, right off the bat.
We're into the final 2.5 minutes of our total goal final. And the Fat Cats hang on.
Back. Oh, right back. This great save.
Oh, I thought he had it.
Oh, look at LaPointe. The shot home free, man.
Oh, right up into the glass.
What a pass that was to Shutt.
Okay, get back.
2-on-1 again.
That's it.
Now they're checking a little tighter.
Look at that shot work. Please drops it back and comes up with it.
Oh, look at...
Oh, free net! Look at that! All McLeish had to do put it in, and the best fellow on the ice by far up to date, LaPointe slid across. Made a save. Could have had a tie game.
LaPointe got there in a hurry. I don't know where he came from.
Here he is, and again. Whoa, look at that!
Oh, he missed the net. Boy, what scoring chance.
What action.
This has been the best period by far.
Gosh, that's great hockey.
Oh, McDonald shot it high and wide right out of the rink, and Scove throws another puck down immediately. Goals yet in this final period. Salming comes back to help out.
Oh, right on McDonald's stick.
And he shoots wide.
35! Boy, that looked close, I'll tell you. There wasn't much room, but he was on it. 30 seconds!
There's LaPointe right there again. There's the score, 3-2. Fat Cats in front.
Only 26 seconds left. Shoot it! Catch it.
Will the Sweat Hogs be able to tie it up? They may pull their goalie or try to. 10 seconds left.
2-on-1. Here's the chance. He gets it! Tie game!
Oh, and they come right back. But time is running out. We may have overtime here.
4-3. Oh, here's a chance for Dion. Oh, he shot wide, but the buzzer went.
We're going to have overtime. What a finish between the Fat Cats and the Sweat Hogs. It winds up in a 3-3 tie. That means overtime. We'll be right back.
At Canadian Pacific, we're in business to make a profit.
Some people think profit's a dirty word.
Oh, we're not ashamed. Profits are what keep us in business. Why, without profits, we couldn't provide the services we do in transportation, in travel, hotels, or telecommunications. We couldn't continue producing in steel, in wood, and paper, in oil and gas, or mining.
Please, not so loud.
Sorry. Without profits, we couldn't provide the jobs we do, or invest in new enterprises, or even plan for the future.
John, take a look at these figures here.
So you see, to us at Canadian Pacific, profits serve many useful purposes.
Hello, accounting. It's the tax department.
Including paying taxes. Hello. Oh, thank you very much. Yes, we try to be thorough.
At Canadian Pacific, we believe what we do is important to you.
Howie, what a comeback for the Sweat Hogs. Lanny McDonald's goal, 8 seconds to play, puts this final into overtime.
Just look at that great pass. McDonald hangs onto the puck till the defenders goes down and then throws it up high. Gee whiz, what a goal.
Oh, and we'll be back with the overtime in the second intermission.
Al, a Lotto Canada package for Mother's Day. Isn't he a sweetheart?
He sure is. You could win up to $5,000 if your number matches one of the numbers chosen in the Mother's Day draw May 12th. You could win $1 million June 9th. You could win right now, instant money, up to...
$500.
You gonna take it for dinner?
Oh, I could, but I won't.
You get 3 chances to win with one Lotto Canada package. Now, that's
my kind of lottery.
Thank you. Make it yours.
Love Songs, a 20-star collection of super mellow music. Paul Anka.
I don't like sleep alone.
Diana Ross.
Where you going
David Soul.
to? Don't give up on us, baby.
Dan Hill.
Sometimes when we touch, the honesty's too much.
Disc $6.99, tape $7.99 in the stores now. Love Songs.
Our coverage tonight includes highlights of 2 games. Scoreless first period here in Toronto. We'll get to Howie Meeker in a couple of minutes, and we're also keeping an eye on the Montreal-Detroit game at the Olympia, or specifically Bob Golden is watching that one for us and counting the octopi.
Well, it was a heck of a period after they got all of them cleaned off the ice. I think it was about 10 or 12 minutes to the start of the game. I don't know how many they did, but close to a dozen. I guess they're cheaper by the dozen in
The
Detroit.
old days have returned to Detroit, as you would know so well.
Right, a heck of a period, too. Detroit outshot Montreal 9-7, and both goals, power play goals. On the first one, Rick Chartraw is off for elbowing, and a super play by Nedomansky as we watch it set up here. Libet started it and finished it. Controlled the puck in their end. Got it from here behind the net back to Hextall, and Hextall, a little dump pass out of the side of the net. But watch this play by big number 20, Netamansky. Just, you know, all the coolness in the world. Held it for just a moment, and kind of a fake slap shot and slid it over, and a pretty easy goal to finish off for Libet, you know, just sliding it in. But I think the guy that really made the play was big number 20. And Montreal coming back with Rick Bowness off, and the control here, as we see Bergman losing his stick, he's coming into the bottom of your screen, and it hits him on the chest, and just turned around here by Steve Shutt, and a quick backhander, and I really think Ronnie Lowe was screened by a lot of traffic in front of the net, but pretty good presence of mind by Shutt by turning around, taking in the backhand, and firing it blind.
Interesting decision by Bobby Crum to start Ron Lowe in goal for the Red Wings. Lowe lost the first game. Rutherford came back and was the winning goaltender in Game 2, and it was Rutherford who had shut out the Canadians in the last game of the regular season. How's Lowe playing?
Well, I'll tell you, off his performance the first 20 minutes, Dave, I thought just great. A good choice by Crum, but that big guy at the other end of the rink held Montreal in the game the first 10 minutes, and then the flow started to turn, Montreal controlling it the latter part of the period.
Thank you, Bob. Coming up next, we will have highlights of the Islanders-Toronto first period. Howie Meeker will give us that. And now, for a reminder on Game 4, future games in this series, let's go up to Brian McFarland.
Well, thank you, David. Yes, Game 4, Sunday, April 23rd. Game 4 in the quarterfinal series between the Toronto Maple Leafs and the New York Islanders. Game time and telecast time on Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So join us for Game 4, Sunday. During the game, we'll bring you highlights of the Detroit-Montreal action as well.
Howie, if the Leafs are to out-hit the Islanders and win, or if they are to win by out-hitting the Islanders, they're doing a great job. The question is hitting alone going to do it? They have to get a few more scoring opportunities and I think stay away from some of the penalties that they have taken. We talked about that in Game 2, and it happened again here, although the Islanders were guilty as well. But what facet of the period impressed you the most?
Well, the Leafs aren't running at everybody, and the Islanders have completely reversed their philosophy. In New York, they sent 2 men in. Here, they're not. They're just sending 1 man in. They're letting the Leafs come to them, and the Leafs are obliging by sending 2 in. I think the Islanders figure, hey, we can control our own end, and we'll get the breaks out of our own end. And I said last game, and I'll tell you again, this club is the best club in the league behind their blue line. Got 2 plays to show you. And, hey, the key is that they keep the puck along the boards. The lineup here is Potvin and Lewis, Bossy, Trottier, and Gillis. Trottier wins the draw, and Lewis throws it away from the flow. Now watch the bottom of your screen. Away from the flow, and that's Bossy that picks it up. Bossy has it now. He gets all the Leafs. Look at this check. That's the check I want you to see on Bossy. Look, he's down and out. The puck went around the boards again. Now that's the center man pooping it out. Trottier pooping it out. Now look who's got it. Potvin has it. Now it's 1-on-1, but all of a sudden comes the best rookie in the league. Look, he was on his backside a moment ago. He got up from the check on Sittler, come down the ice, and forced Palmatier to make a heck of a save. I tell you, you know, people said, hey, this kid just didn't have too much backbone. He's got lots of guts. Now, here's Potvin again, and they take the Leaf off the puck in their own end. Watch this backhand pass. Super pass to Gillis. Oh, isn't that something? Now, everyone goes for Gillis, and they forget the most dangerous man on the ice. Watch this move. Fakes the shot. Oh, right out of your underwear. Hey, isn't that some deep? And again, Bossy forces Palmatier to make a good save. The way they come out of their end, they're magicians.
You know, people wonder how much impact coaches have on specific teams. Would the Islanders reflect Al Arbor's thinking and coaching in the way they handle the puck behind the blue line?
Oh, Jiminy Crickets, yeah, they sure do, because he's been a defenseman, played under some great coaches years and years ago, and that's the way that I think when Bob played and I played, you never put it in the middle, you keep it around the outside.
Okay, scoreless in Toronto, 1-1 in Detroit. Now, Islanders and Leafs second period. Here's Bill and Brian.
Thank you, David. We're back in the gondola. Bossy missed a couple of great chances, as Howie pointed out. So did Lanny McDonald, so there's not much to summarize, is there, Bill?
No, there certainly isn't, Brian. Just that there was no scoring, and the Leafs outshot the Islanders 9-5.
Billy Smith, the backup netminder for the Islanders tonight.
And we have the Islanders, of course, a penalty, which they picked up in the last 15 seconds of the first period to serve in this second period. Dave Lewis in the penalty box.
Boston and Chicago scoreless first period.
All ready to go here now as Sittler, Maloney, and Lanny McDonald, along with Salming and Turnbull. Leafs with the advantage in manpower, 6 men to 5 as Turnbull drives the puck in. Marshall goes back for it for the Islanders. Cleared it along the boards. Cleared but not out. Sittler right to Lanny McDonald, and he couldn't get a drive. Harris shoots it around on the board. Gloria Salming couldn't keep it in. He tried to, and it's out and in offside.
Boston now leads Chicago 1-0. Goal by John Wensink. So it's 1-0 Bruins. They lead the series 2-0 coming into the action tonight.
Now the faceoff is taken by Marshall. Gets it back to Dennis Potvin, number 5. And he's moving out and out of center ice. Coming up to the Leaf line and over. Covered by Lanny McDonald. Got a weak shot away. Turnbull coming out with a pass to Darryl Sittler. Sittler down the right wing. Rolls the puck in. It goes around on the wing. Maloney lets it go to Turnbull. Turnbull closing in with a shot. And that carried him wide. Gloria Salming. It's knocked down and knocked out to center where Turnbull has it. Gets it back up on the left wing to Maloney. He's over the line. Maloney. Dennis Potvin went down. And it goes all the way back for Gloria Salming. Salming. Up for Sittler. Darryl Sittler shoots it off the boards. Resch. Into the corner, and it's cleared by Potvin down the ice. Mike Palmatier up for Ian Turnbull. Turnbull is checked. Henning just failed to get it loose. Palmatier hooks it around on the boards to Maloney. And Danny Maloney, who's been having his troubles getting a little bit of a raspberry from the fans. Ian Turnbull with the puck. Now it goes over for Boreas Salming to Maloney. Back to Sittler. Drove the puck into the corner. Maloney's after the puck. Has it along the board. Sittler comes up with it and lost it, and it's cleared down the ice. Teams are called back for icing as the teams were back at full strength. From Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto, this is Stanley Cup 78.
Maybe I should have got another sports car, huh?
Yeah, sports car, Brendan. Imagine the size of that thing after a sports car. The seats and the dash. You know, for your next car, you should get 4 doors. Get a pinstripe car. You made the right choice. You made an executive decision, fella.
For years, Brendan and the boys have been talking cars over a little Molson Export Ale.
No, he's not getting old. Why else is he getting old? Bernie, he is not getting old. He's getting, what would you call it? He's getting, mature. He's getting mature.
It keeps on tasting great.
Well, there we are. We see Coach Roger Nielsen, the Leaf bench, and zeroing in now on the action as we get ready to start again. Jimmy Jones against Ryan Trache. They didn't get their sticks down properly, and a lot of it has to do with the players themselves, Brian, not putting those sticks on the ice.
Roger Nielsen told me before the game you would see Jones against Trache in a matchup tonight, as well as Sittler against Trache.
Puck goes to the side of the net, behind it for Jerry Hart. Hart of the Islanders. There's no score in the game. Comes up to center ice to Harris. He shot it over the line. Williams goes back. Trache checked him. Trache takes his shot. Palmatier gloves that. Beautiful save by Mike Palmatier with his right hand.
That was a sharp stop by the Leaf netminder, Mike Palmatier, from the corner, just inside the circle, as Williams almost got in front of Palmatier.
All ready to go. A little bit of juggling going on again. Mike Bossy back at the rim of the circle. It comes back to the blue line. That shot deflects out over the line. Jerry Hart has it. Shot it back. And Boreas Salming intercepts, races down the ice, over the line. Going in alone. He got his shot away and then was jumped into the boards by Jerry Hart. Bossy and Williams bumped together. Cleared out the center ice. And Glennie stepped into Bossy. Goes back to the blue line. Pearson over to Hyde, up to Gillies. Gillies right on the Williams step. Williams on his way alone, over the blue line. Trying to get around Pearson, who was jumped. Goes back of the net, cleared up. Gillies has it. Dropping it back. Pearson giving it to Hart. Hart comes to center ice. To the leaf line and over. Mike Gillies takes his shot. Palmatier stopped that. Gillies has got it again out in front. And Bossy shot. And was knocked down. Hoya Salming back with a long shot. Rest gloves that. Jerry Butler went for a ride as he was hit by Gillies. And Jones bumped into Gillies. And Hart is back to the net. Gets it up on the wing. Here comes Pat Gillies of the Islanders. His shot. Palmatier got his toe out on that. At Boutet. Back of the net. Veering past to Turnbull. Back for Boutet. Hit the back of his skates. Bob Bourne is checked. Turnbull over the line. Took a shot. And that was Dennis Potvin went down heavily. See if he got caught with a high stick. And Pat Boutet trying into his check, but Dennis Potvin was caught with a high stick. It was certainly unintentional.
Dennis Potvin hit in the mouth. The stick came up. The puck might have come straight up as well, Bill. It would be very difficult to tell, and he's worried about his teeth, obviously, at this point in time. Potvin's been a powerful performer for the Islanders out there tonight. It's quite a treat to watch Potvin and Salming wheel and deal. Dennis Potvin, number 5 for the New York Islanders. He's their all-time leading scorer. That happened right at the blue line. We'll see if we can pick it up now in the replay. As Turnbull got set to shoot, a slap shot on its way. The stick comes up. It's very difficult to tell whether the puck came up there as well.
Well, there's no score in the game. 15:49 remaining in the second period. Lewis gets it up at center. A long shot by Kazicki. And Bob Nystrom trying to center it. Got it back to Dennis Potvin. Takes his shot. That just missed the target. Kazicki centered it out in front. Nystrom was knocked down. Interference penalty, though, I believe, will be handed out to Maloney.
Maloney wants to tangle with Bourne. But that was brief, and now he heads over to the penalty box.
Tonight's Stanley Cup playoff game is coming to you from Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto.
I got a tale to tell about a special cat. Come on, take a look at Mercury Bobcat. Now, this year's Bobcat is really in here. It has more standard features than it did last year. You can see what we mean when we proudly say it's a lot more Bobcat in every which way. You ought to size one up and go for a spin. You'll find Bobcat's good to be in. It's frisky and peppy and spunky, too. It's got Duragard protection. It's the one for you. Get one for a song. Mercury Bobcat. At the sign of the cat.
See if we can catch this lower left of your screen now. Dan Maloney, number 9, interference on the Islanders just as the Leafs were breaking out of their own zone. 4:34 the time.
Hickey at center now. Bob Bourne, number 14, as the puck is drilled right by him down the ice, and Maloney gets up and says something to him from the penalty bench. Islanders, Captain Pearson. To Dennis Potvin. Down the right wing. Zicky passed it back to Nystrom. Nystrom up at center. To the leaf line. Couldn't get over. Then he got a piece of him. And the puck to Bourne. Bourne getting it to Pearson. Pearson back for Dennis Potvin. Potvin at center. Over the line. Terrific jolt on Glennie. Goes down the ice. Zicky covered by Ferguson. Puck goes loose to Pearson. And Pearson has the puck. coming up for the Islanders. A minute and 7 seconds left in Maloney's penalty. Over for Kazicki, and it goes into the corner. Boria Salming left it there. Bourne has it. Back to Dennis Potvin. Over it goes. And back in the Bourne. He shot it wide. Rebound back to the blue line. Pearson keeps it in to Nystrom. Nystrom is bumped by Glenny. Knocked down the ice. Potvin goes back. Two teams changing on the go. Dennis Potvin with 32 seconds left in Maloney's penalty. Gets it up to Pearson. Pearson's pass to Trottier. Gets it over the line and checked by Jerry Butler and driven down the ice. And Resch to Dennis Potvin. Up on the right wing. Relayed back. Pearson over to Potvin. Potvin at center. Over on the right side of Trottier. Missed the check from Glenny. Victoria Salming found it and shot it down the ice. Andy Maloney is back out. And again, the Leafs have been very prominent on killing penalties. Now Ian Turnbull was checked by Trottier. Gives it to Clint Gillies. Gillies shoots the puck in. Rebound out in front. Palmetier to Turnbull. Turnbull is jammed against the boards. Comes up with the puck off to the Trottier. Goes back to the net. Salming after his man, and it's Ian Turnbull. Carrying the puck out to center ice. Bert Marshall. Over to Jerry Hart. Hart's pass. Knocked down by Turnbull. And Boria Salming, if you saw, that was pushed ahead with a glove. This is Stanley Cup 78 from Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto.
Every time you mix a drink, you've got an 80% chance of doing a good job. See this? 4/5 of your drink is mixer. And no matter what you're mixing it with, that 4/5 is going to make or break the taste of your drink. That's why you should be using Canada Dry mixers for every drink you make. Because it's no secret, Canada Dry makes better mixers. So don't take chances with taste. You can't lose when you use Canada Dry mixers. Anytime, all the time.
Al Arbor behind the Islanders bench. He must be wondering when his power play is going to get going against the tough defensive penalty killing of the Toronto Maple Leafs. It's been exceptional throughout the series.
Harris of the Islanders is bumped. Cleared, though, by Wayne Merrick. Back of the Leaf net, Trevor Johansson to Stan Weir. Up for Pat Boutet. He poked it out. Jerry Hart relays it over to Harris. Harris and Howitt, along with Merrick, they go to the board. Stan Weir goes down. They try to center it. Belicat, now to Boutet. Up at center. Over the line. Tries to pass right in front of Weir. And Weir was stopped by Marshall. Cleared out the center. Hart picks it up. Howitt with it, number 8. Trying to get it back. And Marshall comes up with it back at center ice. And then he shoots it in. Harris, Howitt, and Merrick out there. Jerry Hart on the defense along with Marshall. Here the Leafs coming again. Pat Boutet to Ian Turnbull. That's knocked down. Here's Stan Weir with a chance. A backhand was wide on the open side of the net. They're really opening up here in the second period. Up comes Jerry Hart, number 2 to center over the blue line. Takes the shot. Look at that, was over top of the net. Jack Belicat. A pass ahead for Stan Weir. He had a piece of it, so the Leafs change on the go. The whole line change is made. Lanny McDonald missed Trottier. Over the line for Gillies. Offside Trottier. As it was intended for Bossy on the right wing, and Trottier didn't wait.
Well, you said it. The pace has really quickened here in the second period. They've opened up and on the scoreboard. Look at this. The Red Wings, with the help from Nick Libet and a dozen octopi, lead Montreal 2-1, second period. Libet with a pair of goals over the Canadiens tonight.
And Maloney to Brian Glenny. Over to Boria Salming. Salming starts heading up. Maloney was behind the defense, but Salming decides to bring it himself. Backhand, top by Resch to Dennis Potvin. It fell. Ends up underneath him, and that's where play will end.
Well, Bob Golden was telling me about the time he first saw an octopus come hurtling down onto the ice at the Olympia, and Red Story was the referee, and it lay there at their feet, and he said, Red, aren't you going to pick that up? And he said, no, sir, that's what the linesman's for. Dennis Potvin, the all-time playoff scorer, with 46 points now. He just passed Jude Drouin.
No score in the game with 10 minutes and 54 seconds remaining to play, second period. Ryan Glennie, a pass for Sittler. Sittler gets a hold of it, over the line. Closing in, dropped it to Lanny McDonald, a shot. That was stopped. Maloney tried to get to it. He was hauled away by Dennis Potvin. A long shot wide of Palmatier, cleared by Sittler, out to Maloney. Maloney over it for Boreas Salming. Salming trying to get it out in front. And that's knocked into the corner. And knocked around behind the net. Dennis Potvin in the corner on this side. Shot it out to center ice. It goes back to Glennie. Up it comes to Maloney. Maloney and Sittler. And Sittler tried to take the puck off his stick. Now then Trottier goes down. A pass for Darryl Sittler. Gets the puck. Tried to hit Maloney. And it's Lanny McDonald over the line. Boreas Salming was cruising. And now back for Bourne. Bob Bourne closing in. He was hooked by Sittler and then knocked down by Brian Glennie. Glennie, a long pass to Lanny McDonald. To Sittler. Closing in. Lanny McDonald, a shot. He hit the goal post. Right off the post. And it goes down the ice. Lanny McDonald had that one right off the post. Now it's Sittler again. With Turnbull. Getting the puck over the line. Resch says there's going to be a penalty here. Play is called. The Islanders pick up a penalty. With the score, Toronto nothing, New York Islanders nothing. This is Stanley Cup 78.
If you're a one-brand beer drinker like myself, nobody's going to talk you into switching over to Molson Diamond just because a lot of the other guys are doing it. Not even when they tell you it's got a smoother taste than your brand. There's only one thing that's going to make you change your mind, and you know it. You got to judge Diamond for yourself. Like I did. So go ahead. You be the judge. After all, the other guys can't always be wrong.
Bill, the catch is along.
The crowd chanting for the Leafs now as Jerry Hart takes an interference penalty at 10:38. Seconds earlier, Lanny McDonald, number 7, slammed one off the goalpost. That's the second goalpost hit by the Leafs. Maloney hit one in the first period. Then McDonald with this shot, screened on its way just under the glove of Resch, but off the post, and it stayed out.
Dan Weir to Williams. Turnbull. Also Mike Pellick. Mike Pellick took a shot in front, and it's cleared out over the blue line. Harris into Henning. Henning goes over the line. He's checked momentarily, hooked it the rest of the way into the corner, and Mike Pellick has it. Up to Ron Ellis. Back to Pellick. Pellick working his way out. Pass up to Turnbull. Tried to relay it to Ellis, who was in the clear on the right wing. Mike Pellick goes back again. Over to Turnbull. Up for Stan Weir. Weir over the line. Into Ron Ellis. Ellis behind the net. Into the corner. Back to Turnbull. Turnbull shoots it back into the corner. Williams covering his check. Stan Weir with it behind the goal. Lewis covering him. And Dennis Potvin brings it back out over the blue line, up the center. Tried to go over the Leaf line, still controls it though, and then finally lifts it in. 50 seconds remaining in the penalty. No score in the game. 8 minutes and 6 seconds remaining in the second period. Here's Sittler over the line. Sittler stops to Mike Pellick. Gets it over for Turnbull. Ian Turnbull trying to center it, and Pearson checked Lanny McDonald's pass for a Turnbull was too hard, and it went down the ice. Mike Pellick to Ian Turnbull. Turnbull to Lanny McDonald. Took his shot, a deflect, and then driven into the crowd by Brian Trottier.
Now the Islander player hard is up with 3 seconds left. And Bill, you watch these players out there. Players like Potvin McDonald. Potvin took a stick in the mouth earlier. McDonald now wearing the mask to protect the very sore nose, broken a few days ago. On the scoreboard, Boston leading Chicago 2-0 now. A pair of goals by John Wensing. And lesser men than McDonald and Potvin might be tempted to retire to the dressing room, but they keep coming back.
Yes, they do. On the face-off, Resch is going to hold it. Back out on the ice is Jerry Hart after serving his penalty, so the teams are at full strength.
There's the mask of Lanny McDonald, a different one than the one he wore in L.A. with the bars. He said he had a little difficulty seeing through the bars, and probably this one affords him a little better sight line.
There it is again, a good look at that mask.
Seems to be only a matter of time before McDonald gets a goal. He just keeps firing that puck, one good chance after another.
And he's staying out there. He's out there with Stan Weir and Pat Boutette. Comes back to Boya Salming, a shot. That's down in front. Resch has it. We have 7 minutes and 18 seconds remaining in the second period. No score in the game.
Glenn Resch playing in his third game in the playoffs. Goaltending average of 1.46. Tops among all the goaltenders. Stephen Pearson out there, number 7. He's a marvelous passer. He's really impressed us in this series with the way he puts the pass right on a teammate's stick. He was born in Sweden, a 14th round draft choice. Played 220 games with the Swedish national team, and he said Boya Salming was born much further north than I was.
Jimmy Jones, Jerry Butler, Pat Boutette. Dennis Potvin back of the goal. With Trottier on his left, Pearson took the pass up for Gilly, and he bumped him. Boya Salming's pass for Pat Boutette. Jerry Butler trying to get it loose. They do. Pat Boutette comes up with it. Goes in behind the net. Tried to center it. Resch scooped it back. He's got it again. Got it out in front, and Resch is going to cover up.
Now Butler, Jones, Boutette applying some pressure to Glenn Resch and the Islanders. Resch commenting on that game Wednesday night on the island said, wasn't that a dandy hockey game? Well, it would be for him. I don't know whether Mike Palmatier would agree after that overtime goal went in. Here's that check. Glenny on big Clark Gillies. He's a tough man to knock down, but Glenny did it well.
Islanders have possession. Dennis Potvin around on the boards. It's shot to the blue line, but not out. Jones missing it to Boya Salming. Trottier couldn't get anywhere, but it's cleared the rest of the way in by Dave Lewis. Leafs go back. Brian Glenny along the boards to Williams. Too far for Jones. Lewis to Potvin. Potvin drives it back in again, and that goes into the crowd. This Stanley Cup playoff game is coming to you from Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto.
There is only one North Star.
And there's the time remaining. 6 minutes and 25 seconds as the puck is dropped. To Lewis, to Potvin. On the boards to Bossy. Bossy shot it around behind the Leaf net. Up there for was Salming. Bossy tried to center it again. Clark Gillies was given a bump by Palmatier. Bossy got it back. Potvin wasn't there. Goes back, and Lewis has it over here on this left wing. A pass for Trottier. No, knocked down a pass. Jerry Butler went after it. Ran into Red. He was out of his net. Up the ice for Bossy. Bossy flipped it into the corner. Jones goes back to get it. Jimmy Jones. A pass, too far for Williams. Williams goes after Potvin, though, but Potvin turns it to Bossy. And it's intercepted. The Leafs keep it in. Williams trying to get around Potvin. There's Potvin, had him covered. Jimmy Jones from behind the net. Right in front. Scores! Ron Ellis.
Ronnie Ellis gets the first goal. Here come the Leafs. That play came from behind the net. Williams had an arm lock on Potvin. Williams helped get the puck in behind there. Then they shoveled it in front. Jimmy Jones, I believe it was, and Ellis racing in from the slot, pops it in behind Glenn Resch. The Leafs take a 1-0 lead with 5:23 to play, first period. There's Williams pinned against the boards. Jones made a clever stop there, fed Ellis coming through. 1-0. The Leafs take it. Dave Leonardi says there's more to come. He's from Philadelphia, and he'll be in Buffalo tomorrow night for the Flyers-Sabres game. Ronnie Ellis, they're still cheering.
And number 22,
as
Dave
Ellis
Williams.
gets the opening goal.
Time 14:37.
14:37 the time. Ellis from Jones and Williams. There's
Dave
another look
Williams.
at it.
Time 14:37.
The comeback kid, Ronnie Ellis. Jones and Williams. Williams fighting for possession in along the boards to Jones. He fed Ellis coming into the slot.
That makes it 1-0 for the Toronto Maple Leafs. 5:23 remaining to play in the second period. Turnbull to Johansson up over the blue line, up at center. Long shot off the glass. Ron Ellis goes after it. Centered it right in front of the net. Darryl Sittler tried to get to it. It's brought down the ice by Kazicki. He's out there with Howard. Kazicki is bumped into the boards by Trevor Johansson. Play is called as Ellis was knocked down. Johansson.
That's Kazicki, 21. He's got great speed. He's from Mississauga. And this is his first game as a pro at Maple Leaf Gardens. The last time he was here, he did not get on the ice. The time before that, he did not dress for the game, and he was very upset about it and said so on the telecast back to Long Island. But he has certainly made an impression in this series, Mike Kazicki. There he is. A great junior. Let's go downstairs now to Dave Hodge.
In our second intermission, we'll give you that overtime in the mini hockey showdown final. We'll have highlights from Howie Meeker and from Bob Goldham, who continues to watch the Montreal-Detroit game, where after 2 periods, the Red Wings hold a 2-1 lead.
Thank you, David. We've got 4:59 to play here in the second period. Talking about Kazicki scoring, he had 87 points with Fort Worth last year and 170 points in junior hockey with Sault Ste. Marie.
George Ferguson at center now with Ellis and Pat Boutet. Turnbull and Nystrom bump together. Gary Howard trying to center it. Oh, that just rolled by the corner. And they try to get a rebound. Howard. Now it's back to Hart. That shot was stopped by Ellis. Up to Ferguson. Ferguson checked by Pearson, and he gets it back to Jerry Hart. Jerry Hart coming to center. 1-0 for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Puck goes in. Behind the net, Pat Boutet is hit by Nystrom. Ellis takes his man to the boards, and they halt play and a face-off.
They continue to bounce each other around down in that corner. Ray Scapinella, the linesman, grabs the puck. 4:26 to play in the period now.
Leafs 1, Islanders nothing. Second period here, and Sunday, April 23rd, Game 4 of the series. Look at the time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The Islanders and the Leafs in Game 4. Ronnie Ellis gets a burst of applause as he skates off. He scored from Jones and Williams at 14:37, the only goal of the game. He's playing in his 53rd playoff game.
And Kurt Walker's up for the first time in the game. It's Walker getting the puck out over the blue line. He's got it underneath him. Now a nice, quick, fast start for Kurt Walker, and the fans are giving him a hand.
Bill, I asked Mike Kozecki how it felt to play in the playoffs here at the Gardens.
Well, it's very exciting, Brian, to be in the playoffs for the first time, and it's also quite ironical for me because I do live in Toronto in the off-season, and to play in the playoffs, my first pro playoff against the Leafs is very exciting, so I'm really looking forward to it.
Ian Turnbull shot the puck down into the corner. Howard and Walker there. Walker makes sure there's no further play, and he's taking the puck almost by himself from one end of the rink to the other and has it there.
Kurt Walker's folks were on the island to see him play. They came down from Hingham, Massachusetts, his hometown. They'll probably be here for the Sunday game. Of course, he took that 10-minute misconduct in the game the other night. And that had the fans talking. Sittler scores on the rebound. That's what they used to say about Phil Esposito. Tireless performer, the Leaf captain, Darryl Sittler. I wonder how he could dish out all those body checks and skate as often and as long as he does without getting more tired.
Ferguson gets the try to Johansson a shot. Let's stop that. Ferguson couldn't get the rebound and it deflected into the crowd.
Yep, you've got it. Hang on to it.
Set to go. There you see Glenn Resch behind the mask. Cleared up to center ice. Trevor Johansson's pass over for Pat Boutette. Harris takes it, shoots it over the line, and Johansson will go behind the net. Round on the boards for Pat Boutette. It took a crazy bounce. Now it's Turnbull to Ferguson. Ferguson tried to bull his way through the defense, and it's number 25, Dave Lewis. Now then, Ferguson covered his check. Lewis fired it to an open wing. Dennis Potvin gets away from Boutette. Coming up to center ice, a pass to Harris over the line. Harris trying to center it. He did. It's right in front of the net. The net's off its hinges, and the faceoff is going to come outside. Live from Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto, the Stanley Cup playoffs.
Disco Fever, featuring Miko and Star Wars. Tavares.
Must be missing an angel.
Donna Summer. In the stores now. 2 record sets, $6.99. Tape or cassette, $7.99. Keep your Saturday Night Fever alive all week long with Disco Fever. Fever.
Been a dandy hockey game so far, particularly this second period. Leafs in front, 1-0 on the goal by Ellis. Here's the collision at the goal mouth, and the net coming up when Potvin dislodged it.
Sittler back to Glennie over to Boria Salming. Ahead for Sittler off his skate to Lanny McDonald. Lanny McDonald shoots the puck in. Maloney after it. Tried to center it. Trapped by right to Maloney. Took his shot and it was knocked back. He gets it though to Boria Salming. Maloney right in front of the line. Lanny McDonald, all he had to do was stop that one. Now then Glennie to Maloney. Took his shot. It's poked to Maloney again. Another shot. And he fired it wide. Boria Salming couldn't keep it in. It's outside the blue line on the outside.
Series of shots by the Leafs, but some very poor angles for shooting. Lanny McDonald panned on one, but you can excuse him for that one because he really wasn't able to get much of a swing at it.
And I still think he is hindered with that mask.
Well, undoubtedly it hinders him to some degree.
Toronto Maple Leafs leading 1-0 with 2 minutes and 42 seconds remaining to play in the second period. Would have been a real classy hockey game.
Tremendous action in this second period. Mike Bossy gets a new hockey stick.
And from the face-off, the Islanders have the puck. Number 6, Bert Marshall. Over to Stephen Pearson, up at center, stopped by Brian Glennie, who then was checked. Boreas Helming. Stops. Williams and Bossy collided. Over the line for Boreas Helming. Bossy bumped into him. Pearson around on the boards for Clark Gillies, leaving it there for Marshall, out to Bossy. Bossy went back. He nearly lost it to Williams. Taken by Trache. Trache getting it. Over the line for Bossy. Dumped by Glennie. And there will be a penalty to Brian Glennie.
So once again, the Leaf penalty killing brigade comes under fire. Glennie trips up Mike Bossy, 22, coming down the right side. 1:55 left in the period.
For Brian Glennie. 2 minutes for holding. Time 18:05. Brian Glennie for holding.
So 5 seconds of this penalty will carry over into the third period, unless, of course, the Islanders score. But they haven't had much success against the Leaf penalty killing throughout the 3 games played so far. I'd like to know what Roger's saying down there.
Now a penalty killing team of Jimmy Jones and Jerry Butler going back to work again as Boreas Helming shoots it down the ice. He and Ian Turnbull have also been on the ice when the Leafs have had to kill penalties. Back of the net, Dennis Potvin. Toronto Maple Leafs leading 1-0 with 1:35 remaining in the second period. Jimmy Jones golfed at the puck, and he got Dennis Potvin again. That's the second time Potvin's been hit in the face.
Well, nobody likes to see that. That's twice, accidental both times. First the stick on a follow-through, and now Potvin gets in front of the puck here, and oh, that hurts. Oh, he's some competitor, though, and he's played a marvelous game there tonight for the Islanders.
He must be wondering twice in one period.
He took a shot in Vancouver once that a linesman told me I'd have put him out of hockey forever had he not been wearing the helmet.
Well, fortunately, it wasn't anywhere near the eye. It was above on the top of the forehead. Bridge of the nose. Goes back to Boreas Helming. He drives it off the boards, out to center ice. The Islanders have it. 1:24 remaining in the period. Now that's Pat Price out for the first time, number 3. Jimmy Jones can't get it out. Price has it for the Islanders. Watched by Turnbull, trying to shove him off the puck. Comes back. Pearson over to Trache. Trache just cleared it around behind the net. Gillies tried to center. Turnbull shot it down the ice. Less than a minute to go in the second period. 1-0. Toronto Maple Leafs leading. Pearson to Price. Price checked by Jerry Butler the first time. Gets it over to Pearson again. And Pearson will bring it up to center ice. He shoots the puck in wide of the Leaf net. Boreas Helming around on the glass, and that went whistling into the crowd. I believe one of the usherettes took that one on the top of the head.
Mike Bossy, 25 regular season power play goals. I asked him if he collected the puck after the game the other night, the overtime goal he scored, and he said, no, I didn't get that one. He said, I've got quite a collection of them, though, this year. I have my first, my 30th, the 40th, the 50th, and so on.
Quite a hand for Jerry Butler as he leaves the ice. Ferguson and Jimmy Jones, 36 seconds remaining in the second period. Jones drives the puck down the ice. Right on the net, Rash to Pearson. Pearson trying to work his way out. Gets right back out there as Dennis Potvin takes the pass, tipped it in. Palmatier to Boyasalmi. He ripped it around and winging down the ice. 10 seconds as the puck goes to the corner. Now then the Islanders trying to bring it out. They won't have enough time. There's only 2 seconds left. Nice from a long shot. That goes into the crowd as the bell goes to end the second period. And so the score at the end of the second period, Toronto 1, Islanders nothing.
Mercury Marquis is for more than one lifestyle. Marquis' smooth and quiet 6-passenger riding comfort, superior riding characteristics, and outstanding road handling ability make it an appealing choice. Marquis is the versatile car for more than one lifestyle. Marquis has Ford of Canada's DuraGuard system of anti-rust processes, backed by a no extra charge 36-month unlimited distance warranty against rust perforation. Mercury Marquis, we're proud about that. At the sign of the cat.
How long do you want your car to last?
Forever. Now, don't laugh. She's already gone over 90,000 miles and without a major engine repair. I try to take good care of her. I give her regular checkups, and the only motor oil I ever use is Quaker State.
Quaker State can't promise everyone mileage like Mr. Miles gets, but Quaker State helps cars last, and that's a fact.
I guess that's why Quaker State's the best-selling motor oil in North America.
Get away, make your getaway from the city heat. Get away with the Johnson. Get away, make your getaway to a place in the sun with number one. Get away, go with the Johnson. Go with the Johnson.
For 50 years, more people in the world have been getting away with Johnsons than with any other outboard.
The only goal of the game was scored by Ron Ellis for the Maple Leafs from Jim Jones and Dave Williams at the 14:37 mark of the second period. The Islanders outshot the Leafs 8-5 over 2 periods. The Leafs have a slim one-shot edge, 14-13. There have been 4 power play opportunities for the Islanders and 3 for the Toronto Maple Leafs. And Lanny McDonald continues to have tough luck. He hit a goal post, missed other chances in that second period. He didn't miss in showdown, though, and that has forced overtime in mini hockey.
So, Howie, the Sweat Hogs and the Fat Cats have played 4 periods of hockey. It's all tied, 3-3, and we go to overtime, and let's listen in on the strategy.
No, we got to go for the goal.
Right
away for the goal. Okay, so we'll make sure.
If we lose it,
okay, we're all together, so hold on. Okay, let's do it. Come on, guys, come on, let's go. Come on.
Howie, let's take a second and look at the replay of the tying goal.
Watch this shot. Up high. Good shot.
Lanny McDonald tied it with 8 seconds to go, and now we move to the overtime. And what a delight it's been, Howie, doing mini showdown hockey this season. These guys have just been great competitors.
Hey, and this fella right here has been the superstar of the series, the Hart Trophy guy, the best hockey player on the ice by far.
You'd give him the Hart Trophy in this competition, would you?
Yes, and if I was a general manager, I'd give my heart for him. I'll tell you, he's something else.
So here we go, sudden death overtime. Will a skillful play wind it up or a lucky bounce?
Hang on to your hat. This is going to be fun.
And a bounce right off the bat. Collision there. Here we have Salming with the puck. First shot.
Oh, McLeish in there screening.
Well, Howie, you heard the players discussing strategy. What do you think?
Well, it was about time the Fat Cats went to the attack. They laid back for 2 periods and lost a 2-goal lead. And the Sweat Hogs, they're looking for a big break.
Could be over in seconds. It could go several minutes. I think it'll be over quickly.
Well, it would have been there if Salming had stayed in front instead of going behind.
Another drive wide.
Got a new puck. Marcel Dion, who hasn't started a period, starts this one.
Hey, that's an interesting observation.
Turn up.
There's 2-on-1 again.
Hey, stop with the glove.
A little cautious at this point.
No one wants to get caught.
Nobody wants to make one single mistake.
Look out for this fella.
Oh, a snapshot.
Oh, look at... Oh! Boy, just missed it.
Oh, LaPointe could have won it right there.
Great pass. Dion all alone.
Oh, he's got it. Dion wins it. The Fat Cats win it.
The winners. Talk about happy.
$10,000 to the winners.
Fat Cats.
The Fat Cats come through.
Watch this pass. Look at that. In the air and right on his stick. I want to see how he scored it. Stevenson makes the first save, picked it out of the air, and put it between his legs.
Oh, showed it well. The winning goal by Marcel Dion gives it to the Fat Cats, the showdown chance.
Golly, this has been fun. Super hot.
There's the guy who drafted the team, Rogie Vachon.
And drafted this fella third, and watch the goal. First shot, picks the rebound out of the air and puts it in. Marcel Dion is a winner.
Well, the Fat Cats put it all together, and Howie Meeker, I think it's a tribute to Rogie's draft choices, don't you?
Hey, tell us something. Who was your third draft pick?
Well, actually, I made a good move at picking defense first. And then after that,
I said, who's the third draft pick? The guy got you the winner. You picked him last.
Yeah, that's right. But thank you. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate that. I tried to trade him last night, but nobody wanted him. And I was stuck with him, and he came through today. Ready to go.
Thank you. Wouldn't you like to play 80 games a year with these fellas?
Oh, hey, a dream, right? The pass that Guy made to me there is just, I don't see that too often, I'll tell you. I sure would like to play with them. Maybe once in my lifetime.
I was surprised at the speed of the game out there on half ice.
Yeah, it's surprising. Like, we thought that when we started that, we wouldn't be able to, really skate that well. But once we got going, like you really stop and you really have to really get going again because there's nobody to back you up, and you really gotta. I'll tell you, you play this a couple of times a day, you're getting in real good shape.
Well, congratulations. Let's hear it for the Fat Cats.
Yay!
The Fat Cats are showdown team champions. In our next showdown, watch for Guy Lapointe and Borja Salming in our defenseman final on Showdown 78. Brought to you by Canadian Pacific.
Excitement and showdown, and it's always possible in our game here in Toronto and in Detroit, where the Canadians have tied the Red Wings. It's 2-2 there. The Leafs have a 1-goal lead here in Toronto, and next we'll go with Bob Goldham's highlights from Detroit, including the tying goal by Jacques Lemaire of the Canadians. We'll return with the Stanley Cup playoffs in just a moment.
Introducing the Food Machine, new from GE. Slices carrots, shreds cabbage, grates cheese, chops onions, and grinds beef in just seconds. Set to pulse action for necessary precise control. Continuous action for longer cycles. The Food Machine, new from Canadian General Electric. It works fast, and that's good. It's easy to clean, and that's great. Available at most department stores, including Eaton, Simpson, Sears, and the Bay. Ask for a demonstration.
We know that bankers are...